This video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 easy ways to shift your vibration that work like magic. These are going to be things that have totally changed my life and things that I think can powerfully impact your life as well. Welcome back to another video. My name's Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you those 3 easy ways to shift your vibration and understanding that as you shift your vibration, you also shift the kind of experiences that you're having. Now, in general, your vibration is always going to equal to that which you experience in your life. Now, what I mean by that is however you are feeling, which is a part of your vibration, however you are thinking, the emotions that you have, the actions that you're taking, those make up your vibration. And the experiences in your life that you have right now, the opportunities in your life are a reflection of what that vibration is currently at. Now, the great thing about this is that you can shift your vibration with a couple hacks, with a couple tools, with ways and perspectives that can help you to really change the way that you feel, think, and what you do. And in general, what quantum physics shows us is that everything is vibration. So when it comes to what we experience in our life, it is all about resonance. When we change our resonant vibration, that's when we change the resonant reflection that we are getting as well. So if you're wondering what your vibration is, the easiest way to tell is to look around to see what are you attracting into your life. Now, sometimes when I say this, or in general, you may think, oh, well, if I'm experiencing things that I'm not, then my vibration is bad. It's not about bad or good. It's just about being aware of where your vibration is and knowing that sometimes it might be hard to hear that there's certain aspects of life that may not be preferable, but at a certain level we've agreed to it. So what we must do is we must claim that and then make the conscious choice to reconstruct our vibration the way that we prefer. Because sometimes some things might be on autopilot. Some things may be just subconsciously there. We may believe that we're not worthy of certain things, therefore we attract a certain type of person that may be something we don't really prefer to experience. But the moment we become aware of it is the moment we reclaim it. We can never change that which we do not own. We can't change what we don't own, which means we must take at some level responsibility for it. Now, responsibility doesn't mean it's all your fault. Responsibility simply means the ability to respond. You are taking back your ability to respond rather than react from a level of unconsciousness. So, when it comes to this process, the first hack that I use for understanding this, and the first way that I shift my vibration, is kind of like an old Tony Robbins way of doing things. Now, it simply has to do with understanding that, first off, our vibration is our state of being. However we feel, our state of being is our vibration. And one of the easiest ways to change how we feel is to change the motion that we are in. Emotion is energy in motion. So a powerful part of how we feel has to do with our physiology, has to do with our body language. And a lot of this you'll know just subconsciously, or you'll know just by looking at certain people. You can look at someone and tell in general how they are feeling through the micro expressions on their face. You might be able to tell how they're feeling because their breathing looks shallow. Maybe they're kind of hunched in like this. Therefore, they have a certain type of feeling that you can just plainly see. The key is looking at physiology, because there's a certain way that you will stand when you will feel a certain way. For example, if you're standing up very tall, you may automatically start to feel that positive emotion as well. This is something that they showed with body language, that not only is it something to where our body language is correlated with our confidence, but it's also, if we change our body language, that affects our confidence. So not only does it that we get confident when we are in a certain body language type, but it's also the other way around as well. So the key to this is to put yourself and to pay attention to your body language. In general, there is something that is coined by Amy Cuddy from TED Talks that she did. She has a famous TED Talk, where what she does is she shows the power of standing, what's called the power pose. So you stand like your hips going down, your heart out, your chin level, your hands at your hips, called the Superman or the Superwoman pose. You stand like this for just a couple minutes a day. Scientifically, it's shown that you will increase the amount of dopamine and serotonin in your body, and you will decrease the amount of cortisol. So the key to this is knowing that as you do that, you're changing the way you feel, and you're changing the neurochemistry and the hormones in your body. That will begin to change your state. Now, we all have certain pattern states that we get into certain times throughout our day. Maybe we're in our phone, and when we're in our phone, our shoulders start to hunch over, which means we close our heart. And then when we close our heart, our breathing becomes more shallow. And then we start to not feel so confident. So the key is to be aware of that and then to change it back to normal. Change it back to an open body language. In general, when you expand yourself, you're more confident. And when you close yourself in, that's more of like going into a shell. So moving, the way you move directly impacts how you feel. So if you change your body language, you start to change your vibration. You start to change how you feel. This is something that I do. If I'm on my computer for too long and I start to feel resistance because maybe something's not working right on the technology-wise, or I'm not figuring something out with software, what I'll do is I'll go stretch. I'll go move around. I have a rebounder right here. A rebounder is like this little thing that you jump on. That'll change my state. I'll go walk barefoot on the grass, kind of stretch myself out, and it completely changes everything. And then I feel grounded, and I feel ready to go. So the second hack to changing your vibration is one that anyone can use, because when we look at our past, we may see that our past affects us a certain way. The reason our past affects us a certain way is because of the meaning we give to past experiences. Now, the power is in what is called reframing, which is reframing the meaning to why certain things happen in our past. So there could have been past childhood trauma. There could have been past breakups. There could have been so many different variations of things that we look at that when we look at, makes us feel negative emotion. But when we become aware of the meaning we're giving those past situations, it changes everything. Now, in general, when we look at vibration, we always will experience that as what is in resonance with our vibration. But the key is understanding also something about parallel realities. This is a game changer when it comes to dropping the story that I've told myself, and I've helped a lot of other people see it from this point of view as well, and it makes all the difference. Normally, the way we think of it is that our past equals who we are in the present moment. Now, the key is when we become aware of the infinite number of parallel realities that exist, what we see is that there is actually many different frames of what we experience, and that they all exist right now. Just in the same way that we might get a movie film strip and then stretch it out like this, we could look at each individual frame, but we know they all exist at the same time. They're just going through the light of the projector at a certain rate. And even though it might go at a certain rate and it might look like a big fluid, long piece of linear snapshot, we know it's actually individual frames that's going through, but they all exist right now. In the same way, the future doesn't exist, the past doesn't exist, the now moment is the only thing that exists. In the present moment, depending on the choices we are making, we are shifting through different versions of the now moment. The future and the past are only in the mind. We can imagine the future using our imagination. We can remember the past using our mind. But here is the thing, just like as we change in the present moment, the future probabilities are changing, because there is no set future. It depends on the choices we make in the present moment. There's many different variations of it. Certain ones have a lot of momentum, but in general, it has to do with the choices we make. The thing we don't understand is that at the same time, past experiences are shifting as we shift in the present moment. This may be what some people call the Mandela effect. This is when people have and notice some break in continuity. But in general, what this does is this makes it easier for us to understand that we can begin to let go of the story we tell ourselves. We can let go of any negativity that we have in the past by seeing it as just one probability. It doesn't make up who we are, it was just one perspective. So this has allowed me to completely let go of my past and to reframe it and to see it as something completely different. So know that first off, you are not the result of your past. You are who you choose to be in the present moment right now. The other part of this is understanding that you can see everything that has happened in the past as something that has led to where you are now. And if you give it a positive meaning, you will get a positive effect out of it. You can change the meaning you give it. When I went through a lot of pain growing up because of if you know my story, I had an abusive ex-stepmom who was very controlling from the ages of about 7 to 15. And at 15, my dad divorced her, and then a lot of things changed for the better. But in that period of time, I gave it such a negative meaning. Why did this happen? I was constantly focused on the negative. This is what happened, though. I realized that that pain eventually led me to create pressure for me to go through a spiritual awakening. And when I had that spiritual awakening, I realized that that may have been a component that led me to that. That created the pressure. So I reframed it. The moment I reframed it is the moment all the negativity started to dissolve. I was able to feel it, to process it, and to let it go. So know that any negativity that happened in the past led you to a place of awareness. If you're watching this video, you are becoming more aware. And that is something to appreciate. So reframing will totally change the way you relate to the past, but also it will change the past. You can let go of the story by realizing you are who you choose to be in the present moment right now. Now, the third way to change your vibration is one of my favorite. It's that of simply changing your focus. Whatever you focus on, you feel. And the more you focus on something, the more you feel a certain way, the more momentum you build. When you learn how to focus in a powerful way, it changes everything. The key is to find out what you're passionate about and then make it something that is easy to focus on, because what you're passionate about is easy to focus on. I make videos every day. I edit. I do things for my business. It's all so fluid because I love what I do. It's easy for me to focus on. And the more I focus on it, the more passionate I feel, the more I get into a flow state, and the more it grows abundance in my life. The key is to find out what you're passionate about and to focus on doing that as much as you can, because that will raise your vibration quicker than anything else. But understand that if you're feeling negative emotion, whatever you focus on, you feel. Pay attention to what you're focusing on. You may be focusing on perspectives that don't serve you. What I do is I focus on perspectives that serve me, and when I become aware of something that doesn't, I become aware of it, and then I shift my focus. I'm almost grateful that I found it, because I've woken up from the unconscious mind or from the autopilot mind. So the key is to become more aware of who you are and understanding that your passion is the secret to everything. When you do what you're passionate about, especially when you find a way to add value to other people, whether that's sharing your passion, just being in that vibrational state, whatever it is, it will influence and impact every area of your life. I've realized that in general, with focus, it is the secret to success as well. It takes a lot of focus to become successful, but not a lot of work if you love what you do, because you won't classify it as work. I don't classify what I do as work because I love doing it so much, and it gets me into a flow state. However, I focus on my passion quite a bit, every single day, 7 days a week, because I love it so much. So I encourage you to know that whatever you focus on, you feel. If you find that you're feeling negative emotion, then pay attention to whatever that focus is that you're having, and you will begin to shift your vibration. In summary, the 3 vibrational hacks that work like magic is simply, first off, understanding that your physiology affects how you feel. What you feel is your vibration. In the same way that we can tell if someone's confident with their body language, someone can change their body language to change how confident they feel. Stand in a power pose for just a couple minutes a day and start to change. You'll start to feel the change within you. And as you change, remember, everything that you experience in your life is equal to your vibration. As you change your vibration, you also change the outer reflections you're getting in your life. Secondly, know that the past that you think is solid actually isn't as solid as you think. And that as you change in the present moment, not only do the probable futures change that you can experience, but so do the probable past, even the parts of your past that you will remember. Remember, you are not the result of your past. You are who you choose to be in the present moment. Give a positive meaning to the things that have happened in the past, and as you give a positive meaning and reframe it, you will start to change how it affects you in the present moment right now. Thirdly, know that whatever you focus on is what you feel. If you change what you are focusing on, you change your feeling, which then changes your vibration. And if you find your passion and start to work at focusing on that more so, you will start to experience so much more of what you want in your life. Your passion is the thread that leads you to success, and success in general takes focus. The more you focus, the more it grows, the more you change your vibration, and everything in your life will change. Now, something else that I have that will help you to shift your vibrational set point is that of a free meditation that I give away. It's in the top of the description box below. I recommend you listen to it for 21 days to get the maximum benefit out of it. And I think that if you do listen to it for 21 days, you will feel such a dramatic change in your life over the course of that time, because you will start to resonate in a completely new level. Something else I'll be doing is more live Q&As on Instagram. So if you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, you can follow me here and ask me questions. I also post daily content there as well. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little notification gear on the subscribe button next to it so that you can see the daily vids that I do. The way YouTube does things now is you actually have to hit that button to see the daily vids. And other than that, as always, peace, much love, and namaste.